Tsunami watch. Could LA really get hit?
My sisters want to evacuate. Are they exaggerating? Welcome to the 12th episode of GuacnChippies.
So LA County is officially under a tsunami watch after a massive 8.8 magnitude earthquake hit Russia. How worried should we actually be? Are you guys concerned?
I want to leave, to be honest with you guys.
You want to evacuate?
Yeah.
It's just a watch though. It's not even a warning yet.
Unfortunately, this seems to affect my hobby of jet skiing. Everyone always wonders, oh, what does the Prince of Tacos do when he's not working? I like to jet ski. Don't you find it a little annoying, Joselyn, how the privileged mentality that Lito has sometimes? She's like, oh, let's just leave.
Well, I think she just wants to go out and have a trip. I don't think she's
like, oh, there's going to be a little bit of waves. Why don't we just go somewhere?
We don't know if there's a little bit of waves. The height of the waves have not been calculated yet, so it is unknown. It's to be determined. I'm assuming that Northern California is going to be the most impacted at first, and then places like Long Beach, where the ports are at.
Our kitchen is in Long Beach.
Exactly, so you should be concerned. Southern California rarely gets catastrophic tsunamis, but NorCal has seen deadly waves. In 1964, Alaskan earthquake triggered a powerful tsunami impacting California's coastline, particularly Crescent City. Other cities like San Diego saw high tide and strong wave.
Oh no, high tide.
Yeah.
Like the fires.
They impacted Palisades and in Altadena. Maybe you weren't directly impacted.
We should evacuate.
Yeah, because we actually woke up one of the days and it was very smoky, and there was like asbestos or ashes falling from the sky, so all that contaminated. Polluted our air.
I mean, you even noticed it when we went to Long Beach. Your nose was relieved because we were consumed with all the smoke here in East LA.
I think Ismail has disaster fatigue. All these constant alerts and news notifications don't bug him because he just hears it all the time, so he doesn't take it seriously.
Well, I don't think you guys understand how terrible things have to be in order for it to affect us.
Oh, I understand. You know, the magnitude of the earthquake was less, and they have been constantly updating it because...
Just for example, for the fires, like they were up there towards Altadena and in Pacific Palisades. For them to actually reach us, all of LA has to burn. Same thing with the whole waves. Like before it even gets to us, a lot of Los Angeles is gonna be underwater. Like, do you guys not realize how catastrophic that is? Like,
I know,
we're talking
that's
about
what I'm
millions.
saying.
It's impossible to evacuate so many people.
I know.
That's why we're
it's just
saying
not gonna
let's
happen.
evacuate right now.
Okay.
So that you
It's
don't
not
have
gonna
to
happen.
worry about it after. Would you evacuate if a tsunami watch upgraded to a warning? So right now it's a watch.
But if they say a warning?
But if it goes up to a warning, would you evacuate?
No.
Michael!
So you're going to be riding the wave?
If you had to pick a natural disaster that you had to live through, which one would it be and why?
I think an earthquake because, I don't know, I think earthquakes are crazy. And I know it's very, bad. Like, earthquakes are bad. But every time I feel an earthquake here or I felt one, it's scary, but it's not.
Oh, you haven't felt an earthquake. Like, what if it's like
I
a
want to see
magnitude
the
of
floor
10?
open.
If the floor opens, this entire house is just going to collapse.
I know.
So you would rather live through an earthquake?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a tough thing. I wouldn't want to live through anything because I'm always worried, and I over prepare for things that don't happen. So I think, if I really had to pick, the only reason I would say earthquake would be because I think my mom has lived through very impactful earthquakes from Mexico that happened in Mexico, and they survived. The family has survived. So that's the only reason I would say, but I know that it's pretty severe. I wouldn't want to experience an ice age just because it would be too cold for me.
I think tornadoes.
No, that one you get sucked into a hole.
I thought about saying tornado, but I saw this movie when I was on a flight about tornado watchers. They followed the tornadoes and they tried to stop them with this machine that they invented. And in the beginning they weren't successful, but eventually they were able to predict when tornadoes would form and help cities like evacuate or go under like underground so that they are protected against the tornadoes.
Yeah.
So I think the only reason tornadoes seem ideal is because if you know they're coming, you could just like hide and or take cover and you'll be fine. And an earthquake, it's like you can't really predict it. So if it happened, you could be anywhere, and if there's destruction, you can die out of just anything hitting.
I wouldn't want to because you get electrocuted if you get caught into one. In a tornado, inside, when it's going like this, there's electricity in there.
I think maybe what she means is since tornadoes create a lot of storm, there's lightning, or when the tornado is occurring, if it goes through like electrical ports, then if it catches her, she will get electrocuted.
I'll definitely go with tornadoes because I think it's like the easiest one to avoid. Like you can just grab onto something firm.
No,
Mm-mm.
no. If you're in a tornado,
And
you have to
also,
go under.
all you have to do is take shelter on a very strong building.
No,
And also-
no, the building is not. You have to go
Yeah,
on a
like-
basement.
It sucks.
No.
It takes
Like there's a lot of
building, Ismael.
no it doesn't.
Yes,
No,
it
it doesn't.
does. It
Like
rips
bits
to
it reaps
pieces.
yeah, but like most of it will be intact, especially the first floor. And also the basement, it's not gonna get ripped off. So there's underground tunnels, like if there's so many things that you can do to dodge a tornado. Like go inside the sewer and it's not gonna get you there.
Actually, it could suck you out.
Okay,
No.
but
My
like,
friend, yeah, that's what my friend said. She's actually lived in a tornado city.
but like realistically, we live in Los Angeles. There's no tornadoes here, so we would
That's
be
not
going through. Yes, it hasn't happened in our area. Oh,
Yeah.
but that
Other
one is a
story.
baby
No,
one.
no,
It
no.
only happened because of the air. It's not thunder, so
Mhm.
that's why.
There was a
You don't see
tornado
them.
on the storage unit that I rented out in Montebello. Didn't even do anything to the building. It's just minor things. But the storage unit facility didn't allow me to access my equipment for like 2 weeks. It was such a stressful time for me. It was Saturday morning, I remember, and I had a gathering that day. I go early in the morning, my usual routine, to my storage unit, and the people, they basically didn't let me in. And I had a gathering within hours. So I had to use like this equipment that I had here at the house, but it was super old and outdated. And it sucked because we actually catered to a park. So we had to literally carry all our things instead of, put everything in a dolly just because we didn't have our own equipment. So we literally went back to the old system that we had before before I was heavily involved in the business.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah. So it was difficult for me for sure.
Comment down below on which natural disaster, if you had no choice, that you had to experience, would you want to experience?
Tornado is the only smart one.
Do y'all think that as a city we're prepared to handle these kinds of disasters?
No, especially if it's if it's an earthquake, I don't think so. But like if it's a tsunami, no. It's gonna be hard to evacuate.
We're not gonna experience a natural disaster. It's always over exaggerated. Kind of like
I hope you're
with
right.
those rains. They said, "Oh, the harshest rainstorm is coming. Expect flooding." And when the storm came, it was literally like sprinkling outside. But to answer your question, no, absolutely not. Whenever like a big thunderstorm comes and there's just a ton of rain, the streets get flooded. Like the infrastructure that we currently have isn't good, and if it gets too warm, then there's issues with the power, like with outages and stuff. So definitely not. I don't think we're prepared for any of that.
I agree with that.
I always
also-
wondered too, like how does the whole flooding thing happen? But like they literally have people that work for the city that manually go and move the trash so that the water can flow in. And so if that is what we're relying on, for workers to manually have to unclog sewer, I definitely don't think we're ready for like a big major disaster.
I feel like the only kinds of prep we did was in school when they do those earthquake drills, and they would have us hide under like desks, but I don't think those were ever efficient.
Honestly, I don't even think those even work.
Earthquake, I'm a stop, drop, and roll. or get under
That's
a desk.
actually on a fire. Conspiracy theory that comes every time that there's a huge weather or natural disaster related incident is that the government is manipulating the weather either to create a distraction or as a form of war, potentially. And this earthquake did happen in Russia, so conspiracy theorists can speculate that essentially it was something that was man-made instead of it being a natural disaster. Do you all think that natural disasters are being created?
I don't know, it's hard because I don't believe in those stuff.
The whole weather is like a scientific thing that occurs. So, for example, if you want to create a large wave, all you have to do is launch a nuke, create a big explosion that'll create a wave that will tidal to a specific nation. And extreme rain, I think you have to do like a ton of heat into the atmosphere. That'll create. There's things that people that humans can do to create certain weather conditions, but for us to be so advanced so as to control it in a way that it could be used for warfare, I think that's a big stretch. I'm just curious, Jocelyn, well, you said earlier that they do it as a form of distraction. Distraction for what?
Distraction of what's going on abroad. There's a lot of conflict happening in Israel. In the Gaza Strip, unfortunately, there's been reports of famine. So large populations have been deprived from food and people have been fighting. Resources have been stopped from entering the strip. It could also be like an economic chaos. Maybe they're trying to influence the way certain things go. Maybe like in crypto too.
Tying this to like crypto and stuff, there's a lot of people in the space, not just in crypto, but like in the global economy. These influencers are always like, oh, when they're telling you to look this way, you look this way instead. But nothing has happened. I think it's still too early to be making assumptions. I feel like after the year has passed, you'll be able to have a more clear picture as to what it is that we're being deceived of. And I think it might be related to a new financial system. There's been a lot of talks for years about the collapse of the dollar and then every nation moving away from the dollar. So this administration this year, for the first time ever, there's a lot of talks about crypto. So potentially we can be moving away from cash and being more tokenized. And so it would make sense that this is like one piece of the puzzle of them like having to look in a specific direction. Because if you guys look at the start of this year, it was first the fires, and then it was the tariffs. And I'm talking about, these are like big headlines, things that the entire world talk about, or at the very least all of North America talks about. Being that the United States is the strongest economy in the world, like it kind of matters what narrative is taking place in our society, right? So like I said, the fires, then it was the tariffs, and then it was a whole immigration thing, and now there's something new on the horizon, which is this earthquake, potential tsunami warnings. And so it's a very interesting time. Like, I'm curious to see like where this leads.
Are you excited to use your face to pay for your groceries?
I think it's a cool technology. Do you think fraud and scamming is something that would be in the past?
Yes, because Apple already started with the phones, spam phone calls. They somehow blocked that.
You brought this technology up because I mentioned that the world is moving away from a dollar into a different type of currency. We're actually due for a financial shift. The last one that happened was the gold standard. You know, there's bills that still had strips of gold, and then that was removed into just like the printing dollars that we currently have. And in every time, or I forget how many years, I think it's somewhere like 100 years, don't quote me on that, but the humans move away or they shift with the type of currency that they use. And so that is something that is coming up. But if crypto does become like a big thing, and it will, I predict it, but do you guys even know anything about crypto?
Not really, not a lot.
It's online currency.
Online currency? That's what you see it as?
Yeah.
So like you think we're like if all of this is a distraction, the reason as to why this is a distraction is so that you don't position yourself into these crypto markets in a way that you can benefit. Like, don't you think the majority of people are going to remain in poverty, or because they just don't even understand this technology?
Yeah.
It's just very fascinating. The point that I'm trying to bring is that the majority of people don't even know what the heck is going on. They don't even know what that technology is, and we're showing signs that we're going to shift into this form of payment, form of currency, and yet so many individuals, including myself, don't yet understand it. So tying all of this back to what she said, I think this is more of it makes more sense to me that this would be the reason as to why these distractions are happening, if they are distractions. But I genuinely don't think that this is something that people can control.
Speaking of technology, the new iPhone is coming out in September, and I was testing out these couple of days the new iOS 26.0, and it's just a new update for the iPhone, and it's pretty cool. New features like clear glass apps. I think I like that. You know where I've been wanting to go visit? The restaurant of Elon Musk, because I've been seeing TikToks that they created a restaurant where robots are giving you and making the food for you and serving you, basically. So the robots are serving you food, which is hamburgers. I don't know if it's smashed hamburgers, but hamburgers, fries, popcorn.
I saw that on TikTok, the whole Elon Musk restaurant. We should definitely go. It's here in LA, I assume, right? That'll be interesting. But yeah, going back to what you said about the new iOS update, it's interesting how Apple just finds a way to make the user experience better.
It's pretty
like
cool.
Aesthetic, feel, like.
How is it better? What are the changes?
Like I said, the user experience is better.
How? Like, what are the changes?
Like, do you know what user experience means?
Yeah.
What is user experience?
It's what you experience while you're using the phone.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Yeah,
more.
so
It's
what,
more like pleasing.
But what
like
is it like?
The
more,
apps are visibly.
what is the difference between my iPhone 12? What has been the changes?
The changes is just you looking at cleared apps.
Also, there's gonna be like camera
Well,
advancements, like
I have seen that. So I've been testing out the camera roll, and it looks better, more defined. Like, they're advancing. I've also been seeing Samsung's flip phones. That's cool. But I will never betray Apple. Have you guys seen the apples? I mean, the Apple. Have you guys seen the Samsung's new, like, phones?
yeah.
I think Joselyn messages it to me. She showed me, or
I've
she
seen
sent me
it
the
too, but
emojis.
I think it looks advanced.
Yeah, no, but it's
and you
very.
could do it kind of like you could open it and it could be like a little mini tablet. But for my preference, I don't really feel like a cell phone should be big.
Yeah.
I don't really
like
like the Max.
like the Androids to me, not to me. They're actually far better technology than Apple, and yet Apple just took over that entire market.
Well, I think Apple
they
was able
focus
to
more-
brand better. Like
Yeah, they
were
focus
able-
more on the user experience, and like every time I literally grab an Android, it's so overwhelming. Like, I open it and I'm like, God damn, what do I do? Like, how do I send a text message on here? And so it's very interesting because, like, I always look at, our business, and I'm heavily inspired by, how Apple does everything. Like, I always try to find ways to connect the taco catering business to that, kind of like the whole payment insurance thing that I got from them, but also like focusing tremendously on presentation. And that is something that has helped us tremendously. It's one of the biggest compliments that we get is how we choose to present ourselves. So just focusing on the little details of the user experience from the second that they look at us to when they grab a plate, and then they go to the griddle, they can see everything, they can smell it, and then they go into the table, it looks pleasing to the eyes, the wooden texture. Like, I always look for ways to continue to evolve and build off of that.
Another feature in the iPhone, that when you're going on messages, when you're texting your friends and family members, you could change the whole background of those messages. You know how on Instagram you guys could change the background of your text messages. It's like that.
Is Nicki Minaj viral TikTok trend demonic, satanic, witchcraft?
I'm not sure. I didn't see her video. I've only just been seeing the trend. Like, why does the video show her being demonic and stuff? Like,
no, it just shows her. So by now, everybody should have already seen the Nicki Minaj viral trend.
The one that you did when you're like.
No, that was a different one. That
was when you couldn't do, right?
The one that I did standing and my foot crossed. It was, I think, Megan Thee Stallion song. Mm-hmm. But the Nicki Minaj trend is with her sound. Essentially, the song is called High School 2013 music video featuring Lil Wayne. And in that trend, it was copied by, because she was by the pool in the music video, and she's like posing with her heels. And so people took that and they started making it into like a competition of who can balance better. So at least the Christian community has been alleging that it's kind of like not a good trend to do, because the pose kind of resembles Ganesha, is known as the remover of obstacles, the god of new beginnings, wisdom, and luck. And in Christianity, it is a sin to honor other gods. Ganesha is considered a god in Hinduism. So that's why people...
Nicki Minaj looks so good doing that.
Yeah, so they were saying that sometimes like the devil could be disguised in multiple forms, and sometimes it's not necessarily like ugly. It could be portrayed as something beautiful, sexy, empowering, and...
You know, because like that entire scene, it was just perfect though. Mm-hmm. I saw a small clip of it, and then the way she looks, the way she's like crouching down, and then her pose is very stoic, very like power, like confident, and then the beat, the music, the slow turn, like I was like, wow, that...
Honestly,
hats off to the production.
Yeah, that whole music video, I wouldn't say it's like it becomes very sexual. There's a lot of males, and she's like one of the only females. And then there's a scene where they're in a room with Lil Wayne and they're being very sexual.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Social media took whim of the trend, and now everybody's doing it. And then Joselyn's over here ruining it for us, saying it's demonic.
So this woman on Twitter, she posted an image, and side by side the Ganesha and Nicki Minaj post. And in that tweet, she kind of said that it wasn't rooted in good, and that people shouldn't be replicating it or following trends, and that you have to be careful on what you listen to and what you do, because it could be rooted in other things that you don't necessarily stand for.
Honestly, in my opinion about that trend, even if it is demonic, that's on her. Like, she's doing that in her own circle. And even if it's going on around as a trend, it'll only seem demonic if you believe in it and you're actually like believing in it, like doing it and believing in it. Because I don't think it's possible to be demonic and just doing the trend, because you're not even thinking, like Michael said, he didn't even think it was demonic when he saw it. So you, like, if you think about it and know that it's demonic, then that's when you're practicing it, and that's when you know it's bad, and that's when you even show it in your comments, like, or caption, oh yeah, this is the sign of this, of that, follow it. And then that's on you if you read it and you do the trend and you copy it. But like, for example, in Jocelyn's case, she did the trend because it's fun. She didn't even think it was demonic.
No, she did the Megan Thee Stallion.
It was like
one.
innocent. Oh.
But if you can...
But I still think that...
Yeah, because that's kind of like Jesus Christ, when the backwards... You can make an argument that your leg positioning is like the backwards cross.
Yeah, I was going to say that...
right, so...
that pose, I don't think... The post that I replicated based that the other influencer did, now analyzing it, I don't think...
Oh my God!
No, and the reason being is because yoga is also alleged by a lot of people that it is demonic. That essentially the poses that you do while you're performing yoga are like, mean certain things, and they're like opening up your energy so that you invite evil spirits and demonic spirits.
Yeah, so Lilo,
So I think it's totally wrong to be doing those trends, because even though you don't know what these things symbolize, you're still emitting that energy, you're still putting it out there, you're still consuming it. So it's kind of like one time when I mentioned to you all that in certain episodes, like of vampires or rituals on movies, that they actually did satanic rituals in the scenes, and they chanted like witchcraft speeches or whatever you want to call them. And so then you would hear that, and even though you don't know what they're saying, you're still listening to it and you're still processing it. So
yeah, and to oversimplify what she said, Lilo, it's kind of like telling a 2-year-old to flip someone off or to stick the middle finger out every time they take a picture, right? They're innocent, they don't know what they're doing, but it doesn't take the meaning away from it. Like, they're still flipping someone off, you know what I mean? And so it's very, very fascinating how like something so like evil, or something that's rooted in evil and demonic, just started to spread like a wildfire.
And so Nicki Minaj, when she did this back in 2013. So maybe this wasn't her necessarily doing it, or who knows, maybe like the way media works, eventually they like resurface things. But she originally is from Trinidad, and allegedly her family has beliefs in Hinduism. So, you know, what?
You need to pray. Just kidding.
I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to do the trend in my room by myself to see how I failed completely.
Like sitting on the floor?
Squatting them. That looks easy.
It looked easy, but
I tried to do it, but like I'm too heavy. I couldn't.
It's essentially like a pistol squat, no?
Yeah, and so I know what, like God's protecting me.
Yeah, I was gonna film the video and I didn't.
Because I saw a construction worker doing it. He had his whole uniform and he was just doing it. I'm like, I guess I could do it. But then I tried and I was like, I can't. I didn't even get halfway through. Like, my legs are too weak for that. It wasn't a proud moment, honestly. So I'm over here like making fun of
mom, and everybody walks in.
Yeah, I'm making fun of that she can't do it. And then I walk into my room. I'm like, let me do this by myself. Imagine at that moment you walk in.
I would have been laughing at you. I would have pushed you.
Comment down below if you have tried the trend or if you're going to try the trend.
All right, but my hats off to Nicki Minaj, man. She looked, that was a good ass pose. I was like, damn, I want my girlfriend to look this badass. Steering away from the whole demonic thing. Like, I think it would be so dope if we were to create a trend that everybody starts doing. That would be crazy.
So recently Joselyn did a trend where she's balancing on heels and she's promoting the Fernando's Spirit marinades.
I'm in a competition with his me. Taking shots, so I came out with a drink. 16 letter of the alphabet, that's me.
And the creator, who on TikTok, she's kind of famous, 16.7 million followers. She did a trend as well, but standing on soda can.
I'm in a competition with his me. Taking shots, so I came out with a drink. 16 letter of the alphabet, that's me. On the light, they still killing.
And her name is Christy Sarah, and she reposted Jocelyn's post. And we were screaming to the floor. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, as soon as we posted it, like, I think it was like an hour later, I just refreshed it and I'm like, oh, who's this? Because the notification of it being reposted showed like a blue check mark, and I was like, who the heck reposted it? And then I clicked on it and I was like, oh damn, she has a ton of followers. I didn't know who she was, but then I bring the news to my sisters and they started going crazy.
Have y'all seen the Feel Free drink? It's like in a little blue bottle. Well, be careful if you come across Feel Free drinks. Turns out that they are being sold at convenience stores and gas stations. It's in a blue bottle, and the small drink was first marketed as a drink that people who wanted to stop drinking alcohol can drink. Turns out that is very addicting. Children have been also drinking it, and it contains kava root and kratom. So kratom is a tropical native tree to Southeast Asia. consumption can lead to addiction, nausea, itching, sweating, dry mouth, constipation, increased urination, hallucinations, and it has certain opioid-like effects. Can be taken as a capsule or a tea. On Reddit, a lot of people have talked about how they've tried the drink and it went from consuming it once a day to 3 to 5 times a day.
That's crazy.
And the bottles are not cheap either. Like, I think like a 12 pack or something might be like around 100-ish or so.
With the exception of hallucination, you just described my daily symptoms.
Have you been drinking that?
No.
Oh. So just be careful, you know, what you drink at from the gas station or in general.
It's
It's not being
not.
regulated yet, but some states have banned kratom, and other states have allowed it. I think California allows it, but like they changed the rule to like 21 and over. Have you tried the Feel Free drink? And if you have, share with us your experience on that drink. What if you could turn plastic into fuel?
That's fascinating.
Apparently now it's possible. An inventor known as Julian Brown from Atlanta is known for developing a plastic to fuel machine called Plastoline. He gained online fame and public support for his invention. On TikTok, he has over 1.5 million followers. On Instagram, he has about 1.9 million followers. Lately, there's been rumors that he's been disappeared. He had posted a video saying that weird things had been happening, like people have been following him or he felt unsafe. And allegedly July 9th was his last like social media post. But on his social media accounts, he shows his invention, and he has a GoFundMe page where he has accumulated around $30,000 to fund his inventions. Recently, his mom has said that he's fine and he's safe. Have y'all heard about him before?
No, but I think that's cool. Does that mean mom's botes are gonna be worth more?
Essentially, if what he is doing is real, yeah, he could just grab a bunch of plastic and make it into fuel.
So we'll be rich? Nah, just kidding.
No, I mean he would be rich, but I don't think it's convenient for the petroleum industry.
No, I don't think he's rich. He would be rich from that. I think that's something that society as a whole benefits tremendously because a lot of things just become a lot cheaper. Fuel, I mean, that's crazy. That is insane. There's a lot of billionaires that would not want
Yeah.
his invention to come to life. Like oil, what's the whole point of oil?
Don't they get it underneath the ground?
No, but I'm saying like our system, like we'd be ridiculously efficient.
Mm-hmm.
That is so close to the rumors of hydrogen-based gas or something like that, hydrogen-based fuel, that essentially cars can move on with water.
Oh.
So, but that's a different one that I did hear about. Plastic is crazy because it's like a bunch of stuff that we always throw out, and it's gonna get turned into fuel. Like we'll become extremely efficient.
Yeah, it usually ends up just causing pollution.
Yeah,
In our
the
oceans
ocean
and-
is filled with it, and he found a way to that is a game changer for sure.
I
Yeah,
think he's only
wouldn't it-
21 too.
Wouldn't it also help our Earth, like Earth
Oh, yeah,
Day?
making tacos.
Wouldn't it help?
I know, reading his story made me feel like I need to be doing something deeper. What Ismail also mentioned earlier, like what am I doing for Gaza? He's right. I need to be doing something more meaningful.
Wouldn't it
Well,
help?
maybe tacos are meaningful, but I just haven't figured it out.
Yeah, I think it is meaningful too. Anyways, wouldn't it help the Earth?
Tacos, for sure.
Like they will stop grabbing oil from the Earth? Because isn't there saying that if they keep going
no,
too much?
they still will. Natural resources, oil can be used for other things, I'm sure. But if plastic can be turned into fuel, like you wouldn't have gas.
That's
wouldn't be
crazy.
So
Yeah,
expensive.
it wouldn't be expensive. You
Like
could just
I
make
think it
gas
would
out of
almost.
anything.
I think it would even be
Would
free.
probably be free. You could just take your plastic. To
Yeah,
recycle.
like just Elon Musk alone, like he's like, why get electric cars? Like it's pointless.
If you had that knowledge, would you share it with the world or keep it to yourself?
I don't know. It's pointless to share it to the world because, like you said, it's
You're gonna silence them.
Yeah, like there's no way humans would allow that at all. I don't even think it's true. type things.
Maybe he's just
Yeah, like
copying.
you got 30K off of it.
No, he actually shows the machines and like everything that he's gonna do.